Trailblazer's start page keeps you up to date with the changes and features that are added to Trailblazer on a regular basis. The application menu is your portal into all of the features of Trailblazer. The open windows keeps you informed of what you currently have open and what you are working on. The reminders box displays your follow-up items. Those in red are past due. Let's look at the events list in Trailblazer and see how participants are added through the website. We've just opened up the Leaf Burning Festival, and at the moment we can see there are no current participants. We're going to move now to our website. We're going to go to our events page and scroll down to the Leaf Burning Festival. When we click on the Attend This Event link, we're brought to a page where we can then continue our registration. We're going to fill in our information. And we've just completed the sign up for that event from the website. When we return to the database's event for this item and click the refresh button, I will see the new person just added to this event. Voter history searches tell you what elections people have voted in. In this case, we're going to search for people who have voted in several primary elections. These are the people who vote consistently and often the ones you want to target with your campaign message. In this case, I have 14,712 people who have voted in at least one of the 6 primary selected elections. Let's watch what happens when we indicate we want to find voters who have voted in all 6 of the selected primary elections. In our case, it's 0. Let's relax the criteria a bit and indicate they have to have voted in at least 4 of the 6 elections. We see that we get 1,578 voters that meet that criteria. As people come to your website and sign up to be a volunteer at your campaign, you'll want to see who those people are. When a volunteer signs up, they assign themselves to one or more volunteer tasks. If we check all the volunteer tasks, Trailblazer will return all the volunteers currently signed up. In our case, 166 people. Now that we have a list of volunteers, we would like to send them all a letter. We would like that letter to be combined by household so the same house receives just one letter. You're now looking at a word processing document editor. Let's insert our kickoff template. You may edit the template as needed before printing. Notice the merge fields contained within the letter. When we preview the letters, we can see the combined householded names and salutations on each letter. To print a walk list, begin by querying for the street or precinct or ward that you intend to walk. In my case, I am choosing one street producing 213 voters. Clicking the Reports button displays a list of possible walk list formats you may choose from. I will select the Walk List Simple 5 checked. I have the option to change the column headings for my 5 columns. Once selected, the walk list is prepared and displayed on my screen. This report groups the voters by the house address and displays the headings for which I may place check marks when walking this street. I would like to send an e-blast to all my volunteers inviting them to the campaign kickoff meeting. My list of volunteers has been queried and is currently displayed. I will create the mass email, provide a name, and accept the resulting list of volunteers to receive the email. This sample template includes pictures, text, and hyperlinks and can easily be branded to your campaign. I can preview what my voters will see by opening the email in Outlook. I can see that Trailblazer has added unsubscribe links, a forward to friend link, and canned spam compliance text to the email. Any data you see on your screen can be exported to Excel. The first type of export is a what you see is what you get export. I would like to export a list of all the voters in precinct P02. I first query for those voters, click the Export button, provide a file name, and save. I can then open this file in Excel and I will see exactly what was in the list in Trailblazer. The second kind of export is a more intelligent export that will combine records from the same household together into a single record. When sending a mailing, this will save paper and postage expense. In our case, a list of 2,197 voters combined to create an Excel file containing 1,171 rows. This list shows how the names were combined for many of the voters. Formatting allows us to view any data we like from the database and save that view or format for reuse. Since all lists can be printed, this is your means for creating custom reports in Trailblazer. In our current list, we can see name, address, birth date, gender, and some political districting columns. I would like to create a phone banking list. For that, I will need some phone numbers added. The Format control contains all the available columns in my database. I'm selecting the desired columns. Any new columns are added to the right side of the list. These can be repositioned as desired. Because this is a phone banking report, I don't really need political districting columns. I'm going to remove those. I've also removed a couple of other columns that I won't need for this report. Because I'm making phone calls, I would like to see the most recent note for the voter if there is one. Once my report is complete, I save it. I can then reuse any of my previously saved reports at any time. A quicker way to use a saved report is to select it from the menu before querying. I'll run my query for the people I want to call. The report format is already loaded with the columns I want to use. Attributes allow us to categorize groups of voters. They have infinite purposes, but I'm going to focus on just one right now. I would like to be able to track which voters are supporting my candidate. I have an attribute folder named Support, but it is currently missing an element to track support for my candidate. Let's add that now. I've just had a conversation with a voter named Angela Hansen. In that conversation, she indicated she would be voting for my candidate. I will search for and then open Angela's record and set the attribute that indicates support for my candidate. To verify this, I will now query for all voters that support my candidate. The results come back with one voter named Angela Hansen. I already have my volunteers identified with appropriate volunteer attributes. I'm going to make the assumption that all my volunteers are also supporting my candidate. I would like to set that attribute all at once for those volunteers. I have 174 volunteers identified in my database. I will now set the supporting attribute for all 174. Once set, I will verify by requerying for all voters who support my candidate. The number should be 174 volunteers plus one Angela Hansen for a total of 175. Attribute checkboxes can be added to your formats. I've been making calls to voters previously identified as undecided or opposing my candidate. During some of those phone calls, we were successful in persuading them to vote for my candidate. We can update their support attributes directly from the list view. Trailblazer maintains an unending history of all contributions made to your campaign. Each contribution is categorized to a specific election. From this screen, you may also see who may be missing employer and occupation information often required by campaign finance authorities. As contributions are coming into your campaign, Trailblazer makes sending a thank you letter very quick and easy with its Merge Document feature. You can merge many columns from the voter's record into the letter, including amount, date, user fields, and much more. That means that your letter can be highly unique for each voter. I have loaded a previously saved template that merges name, address, amount, and date. As I move from page to page, you can see each letter has the unique details associated with that voter's contribution. I am going to run the letters again, but this time create a single, large, editable document that allows you to make changes to an individual's letter without affecting all the other letters. Trailblazer's all-in-one pricing means you won't have any surprises. Everything is included. Unlimited users, unlimited phone and email support, unlimited training, all modules, and conversion of your existing data up to 4 hours.